What's going on, guys? It's Modern, back with another episode of Road to the Top, and we got another episode featuring the Void Cats team. Yesterday, we faced two Big Six opponents. The first one got really lucky with their first turn sleeps, and then in my second match, we were actually able to execute some of our strategies, just sort of outplaying people with feint plus assist, and then Ditto got a bit of work in the second match as well. Hopefully today I can show you guys what Mewtwo does. He only comes out in very specific matchups, primarily ones where people don't have Pokemon that have Quick Guard or Crafty Shield. So for instance, usually that's against dual primal teams is the big one. And also the techs with Me First as well. Which, if you don't know, Me First is a move where if you're faster than your opponent, or the opposing Pokemon that you use it on, then you use their attack with 1.5 times power. And so yeah, we're going to start queuing up. We actually ended up on the same exact rating as yesterday, where we started, so still at pretty much 1700. Our opponent's going to be Flux from Italy at a 1674 rating, and it's going to be Rayquaza and Xerneas team, so this is pretty interesting. Yeah, this is going to be pretty difficult to beat, I think. Yeah. Obviously, this is a match where Mewtwo, again, just isn't too good. Hopefully, we can actually get some use out of Assist this match, because, honestly, I'm not too sure how I will be able to beat this team. Encore is a very, very good tech against my team. It requires a lot of playing around to beat. I guess the most useful tech that I have in this matchup will be Follow Me on Lucario, but I'll end up wasting a lot of turns just switching out and stuff. So, at the very least, if I do go for Follow Me and an Assist and I get Encored, I could probably just go for a Swagger onto something and then switch in with Ditto and get its boosts. So that's what I'm hoping for right now. So yeah. Let's see. Rayquaza, that's I think Ditto is going to be really, really good in this match. If they set up Geomancy, I can probably just sweep through their team. I'm assuming they're probably Focus Sash, either Smeargle or Liepard. If they're not Focus Sash, if they're Scarf Smeargle, then this is actually a really good matchup for me. But they lead with Xerneas and Landorus, so that's actually a completely, perfectly fine lead. Yeah, and I think I lose nothing for going an Assist and a Focus Punch into the Landorus. Yeah, I'm going to go for the Landorus. I'm thinking that, their Xerneas could possibly protect this turn, and then if their Landorus is, banned or something, that might pose a really serious threat to my team. I do get the assist off, though, so hopefully praying for the double connect, 88% on both of my opponents. And we get it, so that's good. The Focus Punch should do about 40% to this Landorus, unless they're bulky. If you guys are wondering, this Lucario is actually max HP, max attack, adamant. So, yeah, since all of its moves are priority, and Focus Punch is minus priority, you don't really need to worry about speed investment, because, the only real time you need speed investment is for Feint, and that's against Smeargle, which I may or may not adjust my Lucario for in the future. But yeah, I think in this situation, I can just go for a Foul Play onto Landorus, and then a Focus Punch into the Zern. Oh, and they are actually Scarf Landorus, so that's what I was talking about. If they're either Choice Band or Choice Scarf, then I just want to get rid of it straight away. And if they just go for Dazzling Gleam, like if they wake up and go for Dazzling Gleam, then I'm still in a pretty good position because I would be able to bring in Scarf Smeargle and then still have all those shenanigans. Focus Punch still does a pretty good amount of damage there too. But now they're going to bring in their Liepard, and this is not fun to play against now. So yeah, I'm just going to go for the Double Protect right here. I really hope that their Xerneas wakes up, because that'll actually be good for me. And if they go for Geomancy, that'll be even more perfect, because I can just put both of their Pokemon to sleep and then switch and Ditto. So let's see. Liepard, Fake Out into my own Liepard, and Xerneas wakes up. And it goes for Dazzling Gleam. So that's fine. And yeah, I can just go for an Assist and a Follow Me here. If for whatever reason they go for Taunt, then that's even better, because I don't need to switch out Lucario next turn. And they do just go for Encore, so that's fine. I will be able to get the Assist off right here. And like I said, I can just rotate my Ditto in. Honestly, the hope right here is that I just connect with the Zern more than anything. But it connects with both, so that's good. And yeah, now I can just go for a Swagger onto their Xerneas. Their Liepard... Oh, their Lumberry? What? Wow, okay. Wow. That's pretty interesting. I'm still in the same situation, though. My best play is to Swagger the Xerneas. And that's just because their Liepard doesn't really pose a threat. If they Encore my Liepard, then I just put their Liepard to sleep. And if they go for a Foul Play or something, then it's not doing any damage here. Okay, and it looks like they're just going to go for Foul Play this turn, so that's completely fine with me. They will break my Ditto's Focus Sash, but I'll still be in a really good position because the Xerneas has a low chance to get an attack off right here. As they actually attack into the Liepard, so maybe thinking that I have a Focus Sash there. And let's see, they wake up, they're confused, they hit themselves in confusion, so good job. And yeah, I can just go for an Assist and a Dazzling Gleam. I imagine they just Encore Liepard or go for Taunt if they have it. In either situation, it's fine. They do just go for Encore, though, so at the very least, I'll just get another Swagger off. Hopefully connecting with their Liepard, which it does, so that's fine. If they go for a Dazzling Gleam of their own, they should be in range of Feint next turn from Lucario, so they get the Dazzling Gleam off. Again, it's going to break my Ditto's Focus Sash right here. Crit on Liepard did not matter at all. And I'm actually in a really good position now because Dazzling Gleam is going to bring this Liepard down to its Focus Sash if it has it, and it doesn't. So, yeah, no, I'm still in a pretty great position. I can just bring in Lucario. I can easily go for Feint onto Xerneas to pick up a knockout. I assume they're just going to Extreme Speed the Ditto, but just in case, I can just go for Moonblast into that slot. Yeah, just Feint into Zern. There's nothing I lose for going for that. Should pick up the knockout, too. And then Moonblast into Rayquaza, even though they're most likely going for Extreme Speed. If they don't go for Extreme Speed, then I'm in, a super, stupidly good position. And they probably don't have a chance to win. Because what I can do in the following turns is just, what is it? Oh wow, and they don't have extreme speed, but the Feint didn't knock out. And their Scarf? Rayquaza? What's the deal with that? Their Xerneas must be slow then. Yeah, no, because... Wow, okay, so that was actually a big misplay. I didn't realize that their Zern was slow. Nevertheless, though, we're still in a good position. If they don't have Extreme Speed, then I win. Yeah, I'm just going to feint Zern and then transform into Rayquaza. Okay, and they don't have extreme speed, so... I mean, they're probably going for a Dragon Ascent this turn. Yeah, so they'll probably knock out my Smeargle, now that I think about it. They go for Draco, so that's actually a good play. I probably should have tried transforming into Zern, but I was KOing it anyways. Okay, so yeah, my opponent wins there, so... the fact that Feint didn't pick up the first knockout right there was really important. It meant that my Ditto was definitely going down. But yeah, now I lose this match, so... Yeah, a little bit of unfortunate planning on my side. I really expected the Feint to pick up a knockout, but it didn't. And that really mattered. So how could I have played that match differently? I mean, Lumberry Liepard was really weird, but it didn't really have any impact on the match. It mostly just came down to the fact that they had the Xerneas survive the feint, which I almost 110% guarantee it was a roll. I mean, obviously their Xerneas was slower than their own Rayquaza, so I don't know if their Zern was slow. I didn't check the speed stat, but that's something notable that I need to remember for the future, is to actually check the speeds, because if that was a fast Zern, then I pretty much won that match, but it wasn't. So let's see. Chars, yet another Xerneas team, so 4 Xerneas in a row. 3 of them have been Groudon Xerneas teams. But this looks like a pretty good match. Oh, shit! What? Okay, I'm using my regular team. Never mind. I didn't even realize. And this looks like a very standard setup for me to use, too, so... Okay, then. I guess we're using my regular team. I need to switch around my team from my party to the battle box. Yeah, I mean, I didn't even notice. I was excited to play this guy because he had Cresselia, and like this is a match where I can go for Swagger onto his Groudon and just do so much work with it. Alright, I'm not going. Okay. It sort of sucks that I have to use my regular team. Because I was excited to use the Voidcats team. Alright, Kang Yveltal against, I assume, Kang and Zern. Smeargle Zern, so that's pretty good. I can just go for the Fake Out onto Zern as well as a Snarl. Obviously, I'm going for Fake Out into Xerneas just because if they are King Shield Smeargle, then that would put me in a really bad position. And then Snarl just to drop their special attack, also to deal some chip damage to the Smeargle. A majority of the time in this situation, most people will just double protect or maybe protect Smeargle and then set up with Zern, so that's the reason I Fake Out Xerneas. There are times, though, where I do Fake Out Smeargle if I'm confident that they're going to go for a play, but most people just play it really safe and conservatively for this first turn. There's really no reason for them to risk it. So yeah, that's the hope, is that they play conservatively, that they don't try to play like, oh, he's going to Fake Out Xerneas. Because if it's in either situation. If they try to go for a prediction, then they could be actually in a game-losing situation because they lose their Smeargle. So let's see. Xerneas goes for Protect. Hopefully the Smeargle goes for Protect right here. Okay, so that's fine. Next turn, I can just go for a Double Edge and a Snarl. Again, it's just executing my strategy. It's pretty standard, but it's what I sort of need to do. Special attack up and attack down, so not going to really change anything here. So yeah, Double Edge, Snarl. Wow, and they forfeited. So, okay then. That's pretty interesting. Alright, maybe they were just like, oh, he didn't attack in the Smeargle or something, but I don't know. So yeah, now we can actually find a match with the Void Cats team. Okay. Alright, back at 1690 somethings. Hopefully we can break the 1700s with my Void Cats team. Obviously the first loss sort of sucked. We're going to play against Dan from the US, 1682 rating. Hey! And what do we see? A 5th Xerneas team in a row? Alright. Hey, you know what? We're going to switch Liepard and Lucario up. So Lucario is going to be on the left. Liepard is going to be on the right. Ditto and Smeargle. That's another important thing with this team, since Ditto is one of your strongest offensive supportive mons. Or I guess one of your only sources of offense, because it transforms into other Pokemon. It's really important to have your Liepard and Lucario put in the right places, because, like, if you end up in a situation where you have to bring in Ditto, but you need one of your Pokemon in, so, like, if I have Liepard in, but I need to switch in Ditto, I don't want to transform into, like, their Smeargle or their Cresselia. I want to transform into Kangaskhan or Groudon or Xerneas. Alright. People take an awful long time to choose against this team, even though it's like, it's pretty obvious what to bring most of the time. Like, for my opponent, I would totally, like, I would not lead with Smeargle. I would probably go, like, Salamence and Zern. And the reason being is that, most people, not very many people know how this team works. Obviously, because Feint is really, really good against Crafty Shield, but nope, they're just going to lead Smeargle and Xerneas. And so this is fine lead for my opponent. I'm just going to go for the Feint on a Smeargle and the assist. I'm going to change up my plays a little bit, because a lot of people will expect the Fake Out onto Smeargle, or, I don't know, just, like, they'll just go for Crafty Shield, but it's risky if they have Fake Out, that's the thing. Yeah, I'm just going to double protect. It's the same situation. I would rather have them set up with Xerneas so I can steal their boosts. And then unless they have something like Substitute, then there's really no way for them to stop Assist anyways. So I'm going to get both Protects off. They just attacked with both of their Pokemon. And we just see the Dazzling Gleam and the Dark Void by my opponent. So, again, it's expected. There's really no reason for my opponent to play differently. Smeargle, Special Attack up and Speed down. So, not going to change anything here. And yeah, I can just go for a Feint onto Smeargle and then an Assist. Yep, same situation. They're just going to attack with both Pokemon. Feint's going to break their Focus Sash. Assist is going to hopefully connect with both of their Pokemon. And at the very least, connect with their Xerneas here. And it connects with both, so that's good. See, I say that every time I use Assist, because it's it's 88% accurate on both of their Pokemon, so it's not like it's super inconsistent or anything, but when it happens, you, like, borderline lose the game. Accuracy up. I'm glad that that thing is assisted, and defense is down. So I'm actually going to go for, yeah, no, just a Focus Punch into Smeargle and a Swagger onto Xerneas. Let's see. Swagger goes out, connects. 99% accurate against the Xerneas. So now they have a 1 in 6 to get an attack off. The Smeargle has a 1 in 3. Xerneas is still asleep, so that's good. Smeargle, still asleep, that's good. Focus Punch connects, and that's easily going to pick up a one-hit knockout. Base 150, fighting type move, adaptability boosted, stab, -1 defense, Smeargle. Yeah, that's doing like 1,000 damage. That's like a billion damage right there. And they bring in Groudon, so this is actually one of those situations where I'm going to double protect, hoping that they wake up the next turn. If they have substitute Groudon, I don't see why they would go for that, just because they more than likely would just be afraid of assist. But yeah, I'm going to double protect, hoping that they wake up with Xerneas. Because they have slept for 2 turns now, their chances of waking up are getting higher and higher, and I don't want to risk them getting anything off right here. Xerneas wakes up. Confusion, it doesn't matter if it hits itself right here, it's just extra damage. They go for Dazzling Gleam, and Groudon goes for P-Blades, so that's pretty good. So yep, same situation. I can just go for Feint onto what I think is their more threatening Pokemon. In this situation, I'm actually more threatened by Xerneas, I think. No, I'm more threatened by Groudon. I'll go for Feint onto Groudon and an assist. And they're just going to attack with both again. So my opponent not trying to stagger the sleep turns at all. That's one of the most difficult matchups for this team, is if the opponent keeps trying to switch up. Like, let's say they protect with a Pokemon, and then the other one gets put to sleep, then all of a sudden you'll have one of their Pokemon waking up and another one asleep, and then it just helps them keep a constant threat, even though, what is it? It helps keeps a constant threat up, even though they know that, what is it? Because they're still going to be asleep, but they... God, what am I trying to get at? I just, like, blanked out. Okay, let me re-say that. So, if you stagger the sleep turns, then you have consistent pressure if your Pokemon are... Like, if you have one awake and one asleep, they are inclined to go for the sleep again, or, like, assist again. But yeah, I can just Focus Punch Groudon and then Swagger the Groudon as well. Same situation, if they wake up and get an attack off with Groudon here, then it's a 1 in 6 chance. Both of their Pokemon are actually a 1 in 6 chance now to get an attack off each. The Swagger, if they do somehow get an attack off with their Groudon, then I can just transform into it with a Ditto. And they actually hit themselves with Xerneas, so that's pretty good. Groudon stays asleep, and again, that's really good for me. Focus Punch is going to connect and do like 75% right here to the Groudon. And yeah, we're back into a pretty good position. I'm actually just going to go for a more consistent play. I'm going to go for the Feint onto Groudon, and then also go for another assist. And I'm going for Feint just because it's not going to KO the Groudon, but another Feint will knock him out. And then for whatever reason, I was going to say, if Xerneas like avoids or something, or gets an attack off right here, but they don't, then Feint will be able to knock out the Groudon, and then I'll be in a good position. So yeah, it's the same deal here. I can just go for a Feint and a assist. RNG going in our favor this match. This is what this team is built for. It's built for the memes, built for the fun. It's a really fun team in my opinion, but is really, really dumb to play against. In matches like this, where they're hitting themselves multiple times with swagger, getting multiple turn sleeps is also pretty bad. Waking up on the turn that I double protected, yeah. Alright, the Xerneas is asleep again. And now let's see what their last Pokemon is. I'm assuming it's Kangaskhan. If it's Salamence, that's actually really good. And it's actually Cresselia, so that's actually pretty good for me. Yeah, I'm just going to go for a Focus Punch onto the Xerneas, and then a Swagger onto Cresselia. I'm going for Swagger because if they have Mirror Coat, or, Magic Coat, then it would affect both of my Pokemon, and I don't want to risk that, so, yeah. The hope is that if their Cresselia does attack into Lucario, that it hits itself. Wow, okay. And this guy must be getting tilted as crap right here, because they're just getting so unlucky, but like I said, this is what this team is built to do. It's built to go for all the hacks. It's built to put RNG in your favor. Like, the only thing that you could do to put it more or less in your favor would be to use Thunder Wave, but there's no room for it anywhere. Foul Play, easily going to pick up the knockout onto Xerneas, just because it's so low. And then, now I'm in a really good position, because the Cresselia pretty much can't do anything here. They do snap out of Confusion and get the Ice Beam off onto Lucario, but it's not going to do very much damage, and now I'm in a situation where I can actually just go for Swagger and a Focus Punch. I'm going for Swagger just to boost Foul Play's damage, and they don't forfeit either, which is interesting. Swagger connects, confuses. See, I wonder, I don't think Foul Play can KO from this range, but oh my gosh, if they hit themselves again. Oh my gosh. Okay. Focus Punch is going to connect. It's going to do decent damage to Cresselia, probably like 40 or 50%. Yeah, and then, oh, they have Citrus Berries, so that will recover their HP, but they're just, they pretty much lost the game at this point. I can just feint Cresselia and Foul Play. That'll easily pick up the knockout onto it in combination. Yeah, and it does knock out. So, this match is an example of why this team relies so much on RNG. It's not even a joke how much it relies on RNG. Like, if you're able to get lucky with it, then you can almost automatically win matches. And even if you do get unlucky sometimes, it was just like I was saying, with a little bit of smart thinking and intuition, the team is able to come back even if you lose your Liepard or your Lucario. Just with little things like swaggering their Pokemon and then getting the boosts with your Ditto. You have Focus Sash on Ditto, so like if, let's say you swagger a Groudon and then you turn into their Groudon, even if you lose a speed tie or something, then you're still in a position where you can win because you have Focus Sash. And then obviously Scarf Smeargle in the back is pretty techy. It has a lot of cool stuff. Destiny Bond is able to finish out a lot of matches, I've found. Transform, obviously you transform into their Pokemon. It's the same situation as with Ditto. And then obviously Scarf Dark Void if you're in a really bad position, but usually you're just going for Transform in the very end of the game. And that's going to be the end of the episode, guys. If you enjoyed the video, please go and leave a like. If you like all of these sick memes, all of these Dark Void, everything, yeah, go and leave a like. If you want to keep up with all these videos and keep up with all of the content I'm going to be putting out on the way to Nationals and Worlds, please go and check out my social media and hit subscribe. I'm ModernGamer, and thanks for coming by.